Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. I'm giving away over $1,000 worth of silver to one of you guys once I hit 40,000 subscribers. But here's the thing. We're only at 34,600. So, I need you guys to share my channel with friends, family, whoever, other silver stackers. And if you do that, I'm going to do something for you guys. I know that that's still a long road ahead until we hit 40,000. So, since people are eager and patient, and since I love you guys so much, every 1,000 subscribers we hit until we get to 40,000, I'm going to do a 1 ounce silver giveaway. So not only do you have a chance to get $1,000 worth of silver sent to your front doorstep, you also have a couple of chances to win an ounce of silver. And trust me, it's going to be some good silver I will send you. So with that said, I think you guys know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Now this video is important. Very important video. If you're a newbie and you look at spot price, it's $25. Right, $24.90. Now, most of you, anyone who's been stacking silver for at least a year, knows that spot price is what silver should be sold at. So if you go to your local coin shop, if you go to APMEX, JM Bullion, and you buy an American Eagle, something that's just bullion, sold for its metal content, not anything about its rarity or how scarce it is or how cool it is or collectible, it should be sold around $24.90. But let's go to American Eagles right here. You see how it says a 1 ounce American Eagle is $29? That's not normal. That means that there is an increasing premium on bullion coins. Why is this, you ask? Because silver is scarce. There's a silver shortage. Now this article is perfect. It explains why silver premiums are so high right now and how one might take advantage of it. So it not only tells us, what's going on with these high premiums, I'm going to share my 2 cents and go in and talk about if this is the new normal or if this is just a weird situation surrounding the global pandemic, a silver shortage, and also how we can benefit. As investors, we always try to adjust and adapt, make strategic decisions to profit off of any situation. Whether the market is low, high, medium, whatever, investors always find a way to take advantage of the prices and use it to profit. The views and opinions expressed in this article are those of authors, do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of JM Bullion. I like how they put that in there. So in this article, I will explain first and why silver bullion premiums have aggressively increased since the middle of summer 2015. Now, this article was written in 2015, but that really doesn't give much context. The only thing that we need to incorporate now is it's gotten a lot worse, and how and what I'm doing to take advantage of the current premiums via bullion form sell and buy. And why are the premiums so high right now? In short, silver premiums have increased due to recent combination of silver bullion demand and silver bullion supplies. Like I've said in the past, supply and demand is by far the most influential factor affecting precious metals prices. Silver paper spot price has recently fallen to 6-year lows, and nowadays much lower as silver hit $11 in March. So instead of silver bullion prices remaining flat due to recent lack of physical bullion supplies and higher investor demand, low supply, high demand shoots the price up. I can hear cynics out there saying that's bull. The dealers are taking advantage of everyone. And I've had people comment that, right? There is no silver shortage. There's plenty of silver to go around. The mints and these dealers are just scamming people, just trying to rip their heads off. And I like that even this article says, well, yes and no. Think about it. I'm going to compare this to a more local level. My local coin shop, I'm actually going to go there tomorrow, I think, and I might film it actually, just to see, how me and him interact, right? Negotiate, just conversate, and I'll ask him some questions. And I go to this one specifically because we've built a relationship over the past 7 years, and he put some silver aside for me personally because he knows what type of silver I like, so I never have to worry about him being sold out of that type of silver. That's, it's a whole different type of video, but I just wanted to throw that in there, so stay tuned tomorrow. But anyways, yes and no. Or let me talk about that local coin shop thing first, just so you can get an understanding. And you're gonna have to do this one day too. You are a local coin shop owner. Pretend that you open your own local coin shop. So someone comes in, or you go in to sell a couple ounces of silver. Now you would have to buy it for a couple dollars over spot price, right? And that's because you also have to resell that coin for a profit. If you buy that coin at spot price, then you have to resell it at spot price, and you won't even break even. You have to make profit. So when you're buying from third party, even like JM Bullion, APMEX, you have to cut out the middleman. And when you're selling, cutting out the middleman means going to eBay. If you sell to your local coin shop, if you sell to APMEX, you have to pay, or you won't get as much because they also have to resell your silver. That's why I always say sell on eBay. But there's more to it than that, and let's jump into that. I'm not going to deny the dealers partly used these moments of high demand to expand their profit margins and company war chests via large premium charges. But I will also point out, without having any adequate bullion inventory on hand, if a dealer simply sold their smaller stack to the public at standard razor thin bullion premiums, they'll quickly run out of inventory. And they might also end up losing customer base and potentially their business in the process. How is that? Think about it. Without inventory, you would essentially become a backorder promise dealer, building up a massive short position in silver while angering your customer base as you sit on their good funds, making them wait on their purchased products delivery from the mint. What I'm saying to you is this. There is a price equilibrium that needs to be balanced between today's now low supply and high demand for silver bullion. By the way, if this shortage bleeds into gold bullion like it did in 2008, we'll likely be in the midst of another banking crisis. Now, for those who remain confused, I would like to explain. This is a very well-written article, by the way. How and why silver bullion supply constraints are happening. Inventory shortages almost always happen during periods of dramatically falling spot prices. Bullion premiums spike as a consequence. I'm going to stop right here for a second. The how and why silver bullion supply constraints are happening. This guy, if he could go a couple of years in the future and know we would have a global pandemic, know about the green energy revolution led by Joe Biden, know about the 5G towers, know about the electric vehicles when Tesla, starts expanding, he would have such a deeper article. Because here's the thing. Silver shortage didn't get any worse over the last 5-6 years since this article was written. It actually got a lot worse. As silver prices stayed low over the last half decade or so, miners quit digging up silver. They didn't focus on it. Silver is found as a byproduct. And since silver prices were so low, they really didn't even care to look for silver. Byproduct means they found it by accident. So silver production has been extremely low over the past decade or so. That's very scary to think about, because we know the supply is booming. The demand is booming, which happened back then, but nowadays it's to a much more extreme version. So how is that? Think about it. Without inventory, we would essentially become a backorder promise dealer. U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles. Remember, back earlier last year, they sold out of American Eagles. They had to make an emergency million coin supply, production from the San Francisco Mint, throw it out late last year. So let's say the spot price of silver today is $15 an ounce, but by next week it dramatically falls to $10. 2. Average annual demand for physical silver is about 1 billion US dollars, aka 1 billion, they say that. So let's say in this example that demand in US dollar terms remains flat, meaning that demand remains at $1 billion for the year. If that is the case and silver bullion premiums stay flat, then silver bullion industry's manufacturing output would need to increase by 50% to meet demand. Not going to happen in such a short time frame. For example, the largest silver salesman in the world, United States Mint, we need to increase their currently claimed minting capacity for just over 66 million coins to around 100 million coins to meet the demand of the above example. And that's also a perfect example of what happened from the U.S. Mint. The Mint, when they mint these coins, usually, and here's the funny thing about this, they kind of screwed themselves over. American Eagles are usually minted by the tons of millions. I'm talking about, used to be 20, 25, 30 million. Over the last 10 years, it's been falling. Kookaburras, 300 to 500,000 minted per year. Pandas, around 8 million. Over the last 2 years, I should have pulled up a chart of this. Over the last 2 years, American Eagles were minted around, 12, maybe even 11 million. It might have been, I know it was around, 12, 13 million were minted. They have been very, very minimal on making American Eagles. And that's because of the demand. If they don't want to overstock, but they did not know a global pandemic would happen and demand would boom, so they ran out. So this is exactly, and they explain it. If the U.S. Mint cannot meet demand with the increased supply capacity in the short run, how else might dwindling inventories be managed? Higher premiums, and that's exactly what is happening now. So, for American Silver Eagles in the short run, and consequently for other silver products, as Silver Eagles are the number one silver bullion product, and they also, or along with 90% silver, typically lead the bullion market's premium momentums. And that's why we see American Eagles almost as much as pandas. Other coins, not as high. American Eagles have the highest premium. So now over the long term, the U.S. Mint might be able to compensate for a 2-time, 3-time demand over a 5-10 year stretch, but certainly not, say, doubling bullion demands in the short term. Real-world manufacturing operations don't move that fast. They are not that scalable on short term, especially when we're talking about a drastically increasingly high demand with a shortening supply. The Silver Institute, the holy grail of information, they put out last year's numbers, the demand numbers, supply, production numbers, and it was very scary. It was jarring. If you guys remember that video, I was looking at the numbers like it's been getting cut back by the hundreds of millions of ounces. And that's not only for miners, but the pandemic broke everything to shreds. It put everything in shambles because not only were the mints closed, Mexico and Peru, which accumulate 40% of the global silver production, but when they did come back, the mines opened up and started running again, there was minimal workers, right? So many work constraints because of the face masks and everything to go with that, but also shipping out, right? Trying to give all this silver to the entire globe with so many boundaries, borders that are shut down, all these problems with borders, and it messed everything up. The supply chain was completely disrupted, which made it hard on that level as well. So when we're looking at production issues or supply constraints, it really made sense, and I don't see how it's going to get better as the pandemic keeps spreading. So this article does keep going on. It kind of goes on to stuff we don't really need to talk about. So, and I always say this, I'm only going to tell you guys stuff you need to hear. I'm never going to talk about stuff you don't need to know. The first half of this article is stuff You needed to know, right? We have to understand that. But when it goes into all this, it really, if you want to know it, that's why I post the link to these articles in the description, because if you ever do want to read on, pick apart it, like I say, do your homework, you can, but I'm not going to waste your time talking about stuff that is just extra, in my opinion. So, anyways, like I said, make sure you're subscribed. Once this number gets to 35,000, I might do a specific giveaway video, or I might just go in my subscribers list and just pick a random name. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll do something. I know there is websites that go through all your subscribers and you can pick a winner that way. I don't know what I'm going to do, but one of you guys in 400 subscribers is going to win an ounce of silver. And then at 40,000, someone's going to win $1,000 worth of silver. I also don't know if I'm going to do a single giveaway with the $1,000 worth of silver. I might pick a couple of winners, but I'm not going to pick too many. If at most it would be 2 or 3. The reason I'm not doing like 10 or 15 winners is because I'm known for doing huge giveaways, right? Even 4 or 5 years ago, I was giving away hundreds of dollars of silver for my winners. But still, it's still not that rewarding. I want whoever wins this giveaway to feel like they hit the freaking jackpot. Not just, oh, I won $100 worth of silver. I want someone to be like, holy crap. Like, I want it to be a really nice, rewarding giveaway to someone, because you guys deserve it, right? Everyone has an equal and fair chance that watches my videos. So if you are subscribed, you're tuning in, then that's just my way of saying I do appreciate you. I thank you. And it does pay off. Trust me, though, if you watch my videos daily, you're going to earn a lot more than $1,000 worth of silver in information and knowledge and adjusting your strategy. It's going to make you a lot more than $1,000 worth of silver. But this is just a quick thank you. So anyways, if you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.